Good afternoon and welcome to this week's Elliott Wave Forex and Cryptocurrency Analysis webinar. Hope you all had a wonderful week. It has been a fantastic week. Some great setups, market moving, market trending, and that's the kind of market that we like to see. I mean, we know that the market trends about only 30% of the time, and most of the time, 70% of the time is in correction, which is last week alone was just on a trend. Market moves in all directions, and we've been catching all those moves, and it has been a wonderful week. Those who took the Audi US dollar trade, please, I'll be waiting for my Coke. Right, it was an amazing trade, 100 pips, easy. So please, I'll send you my email, my address for Korea. For that one, it was a beautiful trade. Anyway, so let's get started. Let's start with the formalities here. Just to remind you that we've got timestamps for each and every pair that I analyze here. So if you're not interested in all the intros and the talks in the beginning, you can just skip through and go to the timestamp. So if you click on under the video description, you'll see that there is just under the comments, actually. Is it under the comments? Let's just make sure. Just before the comments, on the description of the video, you will see a tab that says show more. When you click show more, you will find that there are timestamps for each and every pair. So you don't have to look around for a pair. Every pair is linked. So Euro US dollar analysis is linked. Every pair is linked. So you can click on that one and you don't have to toggle around. So as I say, I keep saying week in, week out, if you want to track the progress and the accuracy of webinars, you just pick 10 or even one pair and track it back 6, 12 weeks, whatever you'd like to see, however long the history you'd like to see. I've only started doing the timestamps in January, so it will be easier for you to track back from the beginning of the year to date on any pair that you like, and you'll see what the accuracy looks like. Okay, so if you're not interested in these, and also last week I spoke a bit about the Fibonacci and relationship with Elliott Wave. So if you're not interested in this intro talk, you can just skip through. Okay, so before we get started, those who are interested in the course, we are starting with our course tomorrow. It's already fully booked. Okay, so next course is going to be on the, let me just make sure so I can give you the right date. It's going to be start from the 9th of July. There's already bookings for that. So if you're interested in a course, you send me an email as per my description or my details on the description there. Right, then you'll get all the information. So even if you're not interested in joining us now, you can just send an email, just you can get what the e-course is all about and the content. All right, so what we do in our group, as you'll see when we do the recap, is we do daily webinars. What I'm doing here on Sundays is just an overview of the market. We go into detail on a daily basis in the group, looking for the trade setups for the following day. It works amazing, and we're using Slack as our platform, and everything is just so organized. You will see as we get started. So if the course, you don't have to wait for the 9th of July. So at any time when you join up, the course is packaged on videos. So anytime when you join up, you'll get that video package, so you can start learning right away. It's the beauty of technology. That's what technology gives us, right? So we take advantage of that. Okay, so let's start with a recap of what we've been doing in the month of May. It has been an amazing month, and I'm going to go to our platform, our Slack platform, and just go through some of the nice trades that we took in the month of May. We've just closed the month last week, so let's see how that went. I'm going to go into my channel. Okay, so this is even better than a website. So I was even thinking of making a website where I can update charts for the members. But I think after this, using this program, everything is just so much better organized. I think this platform looks like it was meant for trading groups, you know. So everything has just been amazingly organized. I mean, it's impressive. Okay, so these are some of the trades that we've been looking at in the month of May. Some have been taken, we've been analyzing way before. So this is EURCAD. EURCAD we've been looking at from here actually. This down move has only started in May, but we've been taking this 1,000 pips to the upside. As you can see here, EURCAD has dropped almost 900 pips now, and we are now bouncing with that correction that we spoke about. So if you go to your charts, you'll see that bounce on EURCAD. So after this bounce, we're waiting for it to go down with that move. So it has been an amazing trade, 900, almost 1,000 pips now down on EURCAD. It's been going very well. Okay, so this one I sent on the 6th of May, first week of May. This was Euro US dollar after this drop. Remember, we sold here, hoping that it was going to turn here and give us a wave 5. Okay, so we took out our profits here, but eventually it went with this move. So after we saw that it is not going to go up, this is what the alternative count gave us. So we were looking for this now. If you look on the green degree here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, you can see there was no 4, there was no 5, and there was no red 5. So there was no 1, 2, 3 moves. Okay, so now if you look on the next slide, both sides actually, the top side, the top is the Euro US dollar, bottom is the DXY. So if you look on the DXY, similar, we do not have a 4 in green, a 5 in green, and then the red 4 as well. We did not have this red 4. Okay, similarly here, we do not have this red 4. Just take this out, and you'll see how it looks in the next slide. So these are 1, 2, 3 moves that we forecasted were going to happen on Euro US dollar, and then if you see here on that slide, look now, all those moves that we wanted to be in place are now in place. That's amazing how wave analysis works. So this is wave 4 that has now been in place. This is now wave 3 in the wave 5 in green that is now in place. Just excuse this 3 should have been under the 5 here because it's a higher degree. And now that red wave 4 that we spoke about. So 1, 2, 3 moves have been analyzed, and now we're looking for a drop here on wave 5. Similarly here, you had that move 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and now we're looking for that wave 4 here and the wave 5. So this is the only technique where you can actually forecast more than 3 moves, sometimes even 7 moves. So if you're looking at historical analysis, you can have analysis for the next 5, 20 years. So we just trade where we've got the most data, which is the immediate next move. So the next move has got all the necessary data that we need to trade. So you can see all of them now in place. Okay. So excuse me. So now we are looking for downside for that wave 5. So, but we'll go into the analysis. This was EUROCHF. This was in the same day. And you can see we already have that drop already on EUROCHF. Already 400 pips down on EUROCHF. Okay. That was before we were looking for this move. And this is the after the move. That's the move we were looking at, that we've got it, and now we're getting this correction. We're looking for continuation. Okay, gonna run quicker here because there's a lot of trades that we looked at in this month. This is pound AUD, and this is a daily chart. We said we're gonna want a correction here, and we're gonna get a further drop here. Let's look. This was around 180, and you see in the next slide how this looks. Okay, so that was from 180. You see, that said I wanted a correction. We got the correction, and now we're dropping with that move from 180 to 176. Now that's already 400 pips down on pound AUD. Okay, that's pound AUD, and this is pound JPY. Well, another great trade that we took. Okay, so it's an easy 400 pips happened in just 2 days. Got that drop in 2 days. That was before, and you can see that target was simply crushed just like that. And then from there we started this correction that we're currently in now. So another amazing trade that we took, and all these trades we share with our members. Okay, so this is Audi New Zealand. Audi New Zealand, this was actually an update of the trade that we're currently running from the long. We thought it was gonna go up even further, but this one did not really play out. As you can see, that it dropped further. So this is where we wanted it to go. It dropped a little bit more. Still has not hit the stop, but that's fine because you'll see, I think it's one of the last trades that I'm going to show you here that we have been looking at this. We've been trading this from right at the bottom going long. So we'll update this during the analysis when we start. Okay, so last week I showed you this trade, and you can see that this is not my chart. This is a chart from one of our members. Okay, I'm not gonna mention the name. All right, so this is AUDJPY. I said last week during the course, this is ready, take it during market open. Okay, so if you took this market during market open last Monday, you should have made money because it went on and crashed this target, because we're actually looking for it to only take here, but it went even more. So this is what happens when you know what you're doing. So our members don't have to wait for me to tell them what to do. They know what to do. They know what the structure is. They don't even wait for my analysis because they have been trained. They know what they're doing. Okay, so this is some of the trades. Euro yen. Euro yen is one of the most amazing trades. I think if you're gonna watch anything in this video, do not miss Euro yen trade, the EURJPY trade that we're looking at, and the analysis, because it has just been accurate. So you know that euro went up to around 130. He reversed from there. So I'll show you something amazing about this trade. This when we start the analysis just now. Okay, so that was euro, and then this is now euro US dollar before the down move. So you see, we traded the up. Okay, this was before the setup actually. And this was when we were actually taking the trade, not here. When we were taking the trade was here. You see, when you take the trade, you need to identify your entry and your stop and all those things. So we went up. Okay, even though we did not go all the way up there, we went up to that level, which is a couple of pips up. And now we are looking to take it down. Okay, so this is now New Zealand Swiss. This one did not play out. It just did this and came back, and we're out of that trade for break even. Okay, and more. This is pound in New Zealand. You can see here we want a correction and then a down. You will see the next slide. This is pound. So that correction that I wanted actually made 3 waves up, so which was fine. Instead of making a small correction, it made a bigger one, and then we got this drop 400 pips down. Okay, and this is how it played out. That is that down that I'm talking about. 1, 2, 3 waves instead of a small correction, and then plays out like that. This technique is so amazing, it's so accurate. Okay, so out in New Zealand, this is the one that I was talking about, where the update that I was looking at. I was looking for continuation up there, but we'll update it during the webinar just now. Okay, so that was the setup, and this is how it is playing out. This is that setup here, the new setup that we were trying to get here that did not play out. So we will update what's going on here when we get started. Look at all that move. Okay, all forecasted. Okay, and that's how these trades play out. And you will see also when we go to the indices just how accurate we've been during this webinars. Those who trade the indices would have made a lot of money because they know what to look out for. And just something interesting on this. So somebody asked me, I'm going to open my Telegram screen here. Somebody asked me if wave analysis works on stock as well. And I actually said, Elliott, when Elliott did his research, it was mostly based on stocks. And it was somebody from India, I'm not going to mention the name, but somebody from India. And they asked if I would be able to assist him with the analysis of the Indian stocks if he joined my group. And I said, I may not necessarily have the time to hold your hand. What I will do is I will teach you the wave theory and you'll be able to do it yourself. But then he says, but at least give me an analysis on one of the pairs so I can be sure that this actually works. So let me show you what that analysis was like. Okay. Okay, we're not mentioning names here, Ravi. So let's look at this one. I'm going to open it here and show you the setup that I have been sending him on just one trade, just one setup. I'm trying to get that. Just hang on a bit, and we'll find that setup now. Let's get it. I'll get it now. Okay, so this is the setup that I sent. This is the setup. This is the setup that I sent This is the Indian stock. It's called Sun Pharmaceutical. Okay. Analyzed, everything analyzed here on this pair so that he can be able to take the trade, just to give him an assistance. And look what happened after this. So look at that analysis and you'll see where we'll go to into that stock just now. Let's go into that stock now. That is Sun Pharma, and you'll see how this plays out. Sun Pharmaceutical is an Indian stock. Trying to get it open there. You see, after that analysis, that stock was 10% up before. This is a setup that I sent him. So you see the wave analysis work on any market. Already 10% up. Okay. I was just hoping that he'll be smiling all the way to the bank, you know. So this is actually amazing. The accuracy of this is amazing. Okay, so I think we can now get back into the charts. You can see that this method is accurate if you understand it properly and if you don't just brush it up. Okay. All right, so let's get started with the charts. But to spend about 20 minutes in the first half now. So on a lighter note, okay, but I think that will be a story for another day. I'll discuss that, what I wanted to discuss now next week, because we're already running out of time. So let's look at Euro US dollar and the DXY. Everybody happy so far? Okay. Right. We are going to look at both Euro US dollar and the DXY in one chart, the correlation that I've just shown you. Okay, so we are now in this wave 4 in red, so we need to see how this is going to play out. So if we just drop this a bit so it can be visible. So this is now in place. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in green is now in place. We are now looking for a 4 and a 5. We're looking for a 4 and a 5 on the DXY as well. So you can see that there's inverse correlation. So let's look at Euro US dollar alone now. It's gonna go one chart now. Okay, so I didn't show you the trades that we are already looking at for the next week. There's so many setups. The market is still trending. So next week, there's still so many amazing trades as well that we're going to be looking at. We already shorted Euro US dollar right here on this flag. Okay. But then we just need to see if this wave 4 is completed. So what we have now is a 3-wave up. Let's switch off here. What we have here is a 3 waves up at that level, and that is our blue box area that we have projected there. Let's just make it with FIPS so that it can be clear. We are right in the blue box. There's a lot of pairs that are now inflating at the blue box area. That's why we sold it there. Got these pips now all to the downside. So now it has made an impulsive move and it is correcting. So we need to see if it wants to make a move like that. If it makes a move like that, that means our wave 4 is not complete and it's going to be bigger. It's going to be a WXY. Okay, and it looks like it. Looks like we're going to have a WXY because of this pulse and the corrective move here. Okay, so we need to watch this one at market open. Not necessarily at market open. We need to see how this correction plays out, because we've got a pulse here. We've got a pulse here and a correction here. So this correction, if it breaks out here, we're going to be looking to target this area. Okay. Otherwise, if we get a move down here, I'm not expecting that. Structurally, it does not make sense to have this down move here. If we're going to have a down move, it needs to correct like this, like that, give you this one, give you that one, like that. Then you get a 1, 2, 3, 1, and then you get a this WXY here. That is the only way you will get upside. That is your alternative count. So this is number 2 count, and number 1 is where you will get this one correcting here first, coming back here, down, and then up. Okay. Secondly, if this one is going to correct like this, go back up 1, 2, this one being the lower degree, and you label this one 1, 2, 3 here. And this is actually a red as well. That will give you a WXY. So you've got two alternatives. It doesn't matter, because either one of them will confirm what you're looking for. Okay. So when this flag confirms here, we're taking it up here. If we get a pulsing move to the downside here, right, we're gonna wait for a flag to do that, and then you're gonna wait for it to do this one here, because then this will have completed, and you're gonna wait for this move to come down here for this one. Okay, you trade it with the same strategy that we use for trading WXY. Euro US, that's Euro US dollar. It's exactly the same thing that is happening on the DXY. We just show you the DXY quickly. No difference between what we're looking at on Euro US dollar and the DXY. It's just the complete inverse. Okay, let's just open the DXY now. So the DXY, just looking at the last piece here, is doing exactly the same thing. This is your wave 4 now. 1, 1, 2, 3 here. Okay, and then again here, if this is a move here and we're gonna get this one, you got those two alternatives here where you're gonna get this one. Okay, and then you're gonna get that one over there, and also this one that was shown here, which will be this one here. Down, up, down, or rather this one coming down here and then up here, giving you 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 here. Either way, it will show you which one it will confirm. Okay, that is Euro, US dollar. Looking at a pound now. Pound. So here's a good example of why you should not trade the pulsing moves. Okay, so here on the pound, I'm going to show you a very good example of that. Why you should not trade the pulsing move. We are getting this correction here. Okay, this one looks pulsive, but it is actually corrective if you go into the lower time frame. Okay, that's your correction here, and it looks like now you've got this one, and this one is incomplete. You need to get one more up. Okay, so that will give you this one, WX, and then Y here. Lower degree, WX, Y, WX, Y. So that's what you're going to be looking at on pound. Okay, just not labeled there. Let me undo there just so you can see clearly. So that will be your move. Okay, how are we trading this one? You're trading the Y move now. You're going to be trading this Y move. If it breaks, you're going to get it to that level. Okay, so this confirms that Euro US dollar. Remember, we've got correlation here some correlation between pound and euro because of the US dollar between them. So we had two alternatives on the euro, but pound is very strongly bullish. So we may consider that the first alternative on Euro US dollar is going to be the one that goes where we're looking for it to give us one more up before down, because pound is clearly showing us that move. Okay, so here, wait for this to correct, and then we're going to come and retest here first, because this could be a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, down, 1, 2, 3, giving you this bigger one move here. You see here. Let's show this with arrows. 1, 2, 3. So you expect every move. You expect every move. Okay, that way you do not get worried when circumstances change, when conditions change. You know how to switch. Okay, and a good trader is one that does not have a bias and is not worried about being wrong. You should just worry about making money. Okay, so the two alternatives, Elliott actually prefers that you have an alternative count. So it actually helps when circumstances change to switch to the next alternative count. Then you can always just manage your trade. Okay, so that's the one we'll be looking at here. Next up here, that's pound US dollar. Audi US dollar. So Audi US dollar was one of those amazing trades that we get every now and then. One of those, there's a question that somebody once asked, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Good question, eh? What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? So in this case, what would you do if you knew you had a trade that you could take that you will not get wrong? So this is the one that we looked at last week, and I said 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 times, we are going to get this trade. Why do I say 9 out of 10 times when I'm so confident in this? Because I know I'm not a magician, okay? The market has got its own ideas. So you always leave that room for when, in case you are wrong. So I'm not a magician. I've just learned the strategy very well and understand it very well. So I know there are flaws. Sometimes you can make mistakes. So that's why even if this trade was so sure, I did not put all my eggs in one basket for just that one trade. So we said that this is a 1, 2, 3 move. We took it here, and then we got this 100 quick trade in just one day. Okay, 100 pips, easy. All right. So how did we take the trade? I heard some people saying this move went so fast. This move actually waited for you. Okay. Unless you were sleeping, because this started going in during the Asian session. During Asian session, it's usually around 1 p.m. in South Africa. So during Asian session, when we were doing the course, this was the move. Asian session, you started correcting with this one here. So you had a nice flag. He'd waited for you for hours, almost 4 hours, 4 candles in the 1 hour, and then it started going. So you could not have missed that one. Okay, you should not have missed that one. Easy 100 pips you could ever find. Easiest 100 pips of your life. Okay, we've got another setup like that that we're going to be looking at in the week. One of those 100 lot types of trades that we're looking at in our premium group. Okay, all right. So amazing, one of those amazing trades that we're looking at. So what are we looking at now? We sold it here on the blue box. Where's the blue box? If I just switch on here, we have the blue box there. We've got the blue box right on the blue box where I said it will reverse. It touched once, and I knew it was going to come back. It comes back, makes a correction. We were in the trade when it makes the correction here. Okay, so we took it all the way up here. It is now doing this. So let's see if it's going to do that, or give us a bigger correction for downside, or if it's going to go and retest there. If it's going to do that, then we're going to take it out for break even. You already made your money here. And if it's going to reverse here, we're already moving the stop to break even. Actually, you can even protect the profits here, protect some profits. So if it's going to take you out, you're not going to lose this trade. Whatever happens, you don't lose money in this trade. Okay? Right. So we took this short here. Very good entry. High probable trade. Right. So that's Audi New Zealand. Exactly the same structure as we discussed during the Sunday webinar, now in the blue box. So Sunday, New Zealand was here. New Zealand was here, and we said it's going to push higher. Pushes higher, and that's what we're getting now. Okay, so we got a 1, 2, 3 up here on New Zealand. If we just switch off everything here, we now on the inflection area on the blue box. Let's see how that one plays out now. That is on the 1 hour, but it looks like we're gonna get one more to the upside. Okay, let's see here how it's gonna play out, because it looks like we've got a 3-wave pullback and a pulsing move. Okay, but this one is not clear at this moment. We're gonna need to see if it's gonna give us this one, gonna give us this one, another one like that, then that will propel it for one more up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, another 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay, for now, let's watch how this one plays out. The clearer one is Audi US dollar. So you'd want to rather trade Audi US dollar than New Zealand US dollar. That's why even last week, this one had a shorter move to the blue box. Audi had a nice move to the blue box. That's why we traded Audi US dollar. Okay. Right, and then let's look at US dollar CAD. Okay, so US dollar CAD, that's how it looks now. Let's see. Okay, so US dollar CAD, let's go for hour. Okay, so we know that we've been in this corrective move here for a while here now. You've got this one. Let me make it bigger so it can be visible. It looks pretty interesting. So this is where you need to be to master these corrections when they are this complex. So you've got a pulsing move here down. You've got a corrective move, which is 1, 2, 3 move to the upside. And you've got this one down here. So which means your 1, 2, 3 in yellow looks like a running flat there. Okay, breaks the top, does not break the low. So now what you're getting here is another move to the upside like this. Let's look at this one here. We've got 1, 2, 3 up, and now we're getting this 1, 2. Looks like we're gonna get 1, 2, 3 down here to make this one here, and then we're gonna make this one. Let me take off the drawings here so it does not get confusing. So what you have here is this first running flat. Looks like you're getting another X here. So what you have is 1, 2, 3 W. You're getting an X here. So on the X here, that's where you're gonna expect your another Y, depending on what the structure is gonna be, and all of that will be this correction. Okay, it looks very complex at this stage. It will give us a clear indication when this starts to complete and you've got more data on it. Okay, but this is how we're looking at it at this stage. Okay, one more down at this stage. You get a correction here like this, you take it only to this level. Then you'll be looking at that, and then you look for another one like that. Okay, it's very complex at this stage. All right, so that's EURCAD, not very clean at this stage, so you want to wait for it to give you more data. US dollar chief. So US dollar chief, we've been talking about this correction for a while now. Okay, while it's about 3-4 weeks, I think about 4 weeks, we said this is going to correct, and this is why we are looking for that to correct. And the more it corrects deeply like that, it is confirming the structure that we are looking at. Let's go on the, so this structure, if you go to my videos last year, you'll see that we were looking at it, we've been looking at this diagonal from when we were here. This 1, 2, 3 in wave 4, and now we're looking for this 1, 2, 3 in wave 5. So this correction that is currently happening here could even do that, depending whichever corrective structure you'll find here before it gives you that wave 5. Okay, so we are still in this corrective structure. We're gonna get another bounce, another down, and then we're gonna be looking for it to go to wave 5. So we update this as we get more information. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Okay, in the 4-hour chart. So even if this one now, we're gonna be looking for it to break to the upside now here. Let's switch this off here. If it breaks to the upside, it's going to give you an indication like that. And breaking to the upside is only going to come back to this level. Why will we only look for that level? Because then that will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, maybe even down before we then go for our wave 5. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's breaking at this on this one here. Make it one down before get a corrective one that will come and retest the top there. You get a structure like this, then you're gonna need to take this one all the way to wave 5. So you wait on this one. Okay, that is US dollar chief. I think we've done all the US dollar pairs. Let's look at US dollar ZAR. This one has been looking very interesting. Amazing wave analysis on this one. We took it from right when it was still making this one here. When we started with this move, we didn't really trade this one here. Made a correction and we traded this one here, thinking it's only going to be a 3-wave correction. Okay, so we get that move. So instead of reversing as we were expecting, it starts correcting. So when it corrects like that, it gives you a flag, gives you an entry point. You take the trade, and then it goes, confirms that this is a wave 3 because it now extends to the 1,618. Extend to the 1,618. Then we knew that that was a wave 4, wave 3. Okay, this was wave 2, 1, 2, 3. Wave 3, as I told you last week, that this can be a running flat, and a running flat turns anyway. That's exactly what you got. You got a move up, you got a correction, okay? And now you've got this, okay? So there is news associated with this spike now. So you can see now you've got a clean, not forced. You'll see that you should not force the wave count. If it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you will not ask questions. You will see it exactly as that, and you will not ask anybody if you're right or wrong, because you would be following the rules. Okay. All right. So because somebody's asking how long it took me to learn the theory, because I was doing it on my own and I was doing it trading live account, this took me almost 3 years to get right. Okay. After 3 years of being humbled and thinking I was clever, decided to stop trading and spend a year just learning it properly. So it's 3 years of losing money, spend a year learning it properly. Then I think I've been trading it now for the last 4 years. Okay, right, so let's carry on. This is Euro, US dollar ZAR. Very amazing. Now you're looking for a correction. You need to get a correction, a bigger correction. Okay, not safe to buy here. You don't want to buy this here now. It's going to correct. And if it corrects again, then you can hop on for another leg. But for now, if you get a corrective structure here to the bottom, take it. You can take it, but take cognizance of the fact that this is still very bullish and you need to get confirmation. Okay, and you don't even have divergence between wave 3 and 5 as far as I can see here. Let's look at that, because you need to have divergence between 3 and 5. This is your 3 making higher highs, or you actually do have divergence as much as it's not very strong. You're getting some divergence from wave 3 to wave 5, higher high, you've got divergence. Okay, but you need to get a confirmation for downside. Right, now we look at the yen pairs. We start with, should I start with pound JPY? Let's start with pound JPY. Okay, so pound JPY. One of the trades that I showed you was this one here, which we traded all the way down here to this move. Okay, and now it's all the yen pairs. Actually, when you look at all the yen pairs now, you are going to see a clear 5-wave structure on all of them, except for the CAD. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now you are in this 1, 2, 3. This is a W. Are we going to get another WA like that? Okay, and another leg. Okay, so this is what it looks like now on the 4-hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that this structure is corrective, but a corrective structure is pulse, correction, pulse. So here you've got a pulse. Now you're going to wait for a correction. You get another pulse. Okay, so look in the 1 hour on this, and all of them will have the exact same structure here. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even your wave 5 has got a clear 5-wave structure. Okay, so your pullback here starts in 3 waves and not 5. So if it's 3 waves, then you're going to be looking for a possible flat. Okay, now here it's already correcting for a move to the upside. Is it going to come and retest, or is it going to come and give us a 3-wave zigzag here? I'm more inclined for it to come and retest that level. Okay. Okay. So that's what we're going to be looking at on pound. W, X, Y, or depending on if this is going to be a single flat correction, it will be an A, and then a 3-wave B, and then a C, depending whichever structure it will give us. So if we look here on the 1 hour here, we are already correcting here for a move to the upside. You see here, clean correction. Okay, it's a flag. So a flag is just another way of saying a lower degree correction. If you go to the 15 minutes, let's look at this flag. You'll see that this is not just candles, it's making a 3-wave structure. See, this is a 15-minute chart. On the 15-minute, the thing that looked like just a flag, it's making a 1, 2, 3. Looks like it's making another one. It could give you another one like that. So this is why you'll find your flag extends like that. When it completes like that, if you want to be accurate and take it right at the bottom, you can take it on the 15-minute chart. But it becomes a little bit more risky when you take it on the 15 minutes because the accuracy goes a little bit down. So let's go 5 minutes as well. Okay, not advisable though. This is just to show you that a flag is a corrective structure in the lower degree. There we go. See, on the 15 minutes, you also have structure. You've got a pulse. You've got 1, 2, 3. Don't be surprised if you get one more down first on the 5 minutes, and then you go. Or if you don't go, then this is something that you won't see on the 1 hour, and it happens on the 5 minutes. It will be giving you maybe the exact same structure like that you see on the 5-minute chart, but on the 1 hour, what you're going to see is just corrective candles like that. So when I say a flag, I'm talking about a corrective structure. One of the corrective structures that we've learned well with their rules. Okay, and then we go. Okay, so we are looking for that to correct and give us a move up. That's pound JPY. Let's look at US dollar JPY. US dollar JPY. Let's go back to the 1 hour. There's no holy grail. There's no holy grail in the market. Okay, so let's look what we're looking at here. This is US dollar JPY. We're looking at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As I said, all the structures have got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move, pulsing move. You get a pulse here, and now we're looking for this to correct, right? So we need to see what kind of correction we're gonna get here. Okay, all of this here, and that correction, when that correction completes, we're gonna look for it to go down, and then we're gonna be looking for upside. Okay, so now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A. Now you're busy with a B. How big is that B going to be? So the reason why I'm even going to the 30 minutes chart is because this correction is so premature that you cannot see how far it's gonna go. It is still very premature. So you've got a pulse here, you've got that. So even if I know these moves are going to happen, I don't trade these small moves. Even scalpers will lose money here because the accuracy here is not very good. Okay, so that's what you may possibly get before you get another one to take you to C, and that will be a B. But just remember, a B can have a double as well, can give you something like this, can give you something like that, not that way, not that color, can give you something like that, giving you a W, X, Y move there. Okay, so something like that. Okay, 3 waves, pull back, another 3 waves. Okay. All right, so that's how we're looking at it. Right now, you need to at least wait for this one to complete fully. Okay, that's EURJPY, my favorite pair, EURJPY. Okay, before we look at the lower time frame, let's go to the daily and see how beautiful this structure looks now. Okay, I showed you this structure when we were still here. Where were we? This was way back in February. Okay, just gonna cut it off there. So in February, this was going down like that, and I said that what you are going to wait for here is for a structure that gives you something like that. Even the size was that much because I was looking for it to give me this structure here. Okay, so that structure has happened exactly as we forecasted. And if you remember, I said this is a correction here. We are going to go for a move up. Okay, so very interesting here. Let's check what happened, and I'm going to continue with this analysis. I'm going to show you this analysis I showed you last week or so. This is me. This is my video, 1923 February this year. So if you want to look at that analysis, you can go and click on EURJPY. You will see that I was forecasting that we were going to come down here, and then we're going to get this move to the upside. And there's even more evidence of that move that we're going to get to the downside, to the upside. Okay, so let's just play that. Okay, we've got that correction as played with speed, so it can play out quickly. All right, so if you look at something here, last week we spoke about Fibonacci and the importance of the Fibonacci numbers. So now notice something here. So look at the first part. Now this is the retracement that everybody knows. So just remember that this tool here is nothing but a percentage scale. This is not Fibonacci. This is not the study of Fibonacci. These numbers here is percentages of the move that you extend. So if you take it from here to there, check where this one reverses. It reverses right on the 618. Okay, right on the 618, we got that move to the upside. Okay, let's clear that now and delete that one and check the next move. Check the next move. From here, Remember the first one reversed on the 618. Now we take it right at the top. Now you check where this one reverses again. Right on the 618, on the blue box here. Just misses the 618, but on the 50%. All right. So now we reverse. We reverse there, right there. 50% there, we go up. 50% here, we already have a move up. And that's not all. Check. That's not all the evidence. There's more evidence confirming that the move that I'm looking for, remember the move that I'm looking for? I'm going to show you that the move that I'm looking for on the daily has just been completed in the lower time frame this week. We're going to look at it now. Let's look at this now. There's 1, 2, 3. Let's do it cleanly because we want to be clear of what we are doing here. This is the move that I'm looking for. And this move has been completed this week on the lower time frame. Now we talk about fractals. So this is a 1, 2, 3. This is a 1, 2, 3. Now what are we looking for? We're looking for this move now to the upside. Now what do I mean by this move has been completed in the lower time frame? Let's go today, 1 hour. And I'll show you the exact same move. The exact same move completed yesterday, not yesterday, on Friday. What do we have here? You have a pulsing move and a correction here. You have a pulsing move. Let's do that again. A pulsing move here and a correction there. And you've got this one. This is the one that I'm looking for on the daily, if you remember. Has not happened on the daily, but on the lower time frame, it has already happened. Let's just do that. Fractally, I expect that that move on the daily will also happen. Okay, I said sometime in December last year that I'm looking for 150 overall in this pair. So what am I looking for after this move has now gone down like this? We made now here a 3-wave pullback. What does that mean? Does it mean that I should panic and change my bias? It's doing exactly what I wanted to do, because now it's going to just do this. I'm going to get a bigger correction here like that. After I get a bigger correction like that, I'm going to get another move like that to the upside. Where does this come from? It comes from the historical data. You'll see on the historical data, we are going to retest 150 and we're going to come back down on the higher time frame. Okay, I'm just going to try and show you this. I hope you will be able to understand or gather this. Let's go weekly chart. You'll see why I'm looking for that move. And I've discussed this move before. Look on the weekly chart. 1, 2, 3. Now you're looking for this 1, 2, 3. See, this is why I'm looking for this move to the upside. Okay, go retest 150, maybe come back down, and then we go again. That is how you do analysis. So this pair ticks most of the boxes, all the boxes, very accurate. Okay, so let's carry on. US dollar CHFJPY. Okay, so CHFJPY. Let's go now back to the 4 hour. CHFJPY, busy with the correction as well here. You'll see that we've traded this Gatli pattern here, hit the target here. Now we get the pulsing move down. You can need to wait for this correction here. Let's see what the correction looks like. Whether it's going to be a, remember here we've got a 1, 2, 3 here. We'll be looking for another 1, 2, 3 here on this one. Maybe do this something like that here. So we'll watch this one and see how it goes. Okay, so if you get this one correction completing properly here, you can take it for 1 here, like that. Okay, otherwise, if you look on the 1 hour, let's see what it looks like in correlation with the EURJPY. Upside here is not convincing. That's why you need to wait a little bit more and see what this correction does during the Asian session. Otherwise, then you'll take it 1 more. Maybe you want like that. Okay. So you need to watch that one. AUDJPY. AUDJPY. Should I go daily? Let's go daily. Okay, I'll be looking for this to make a 1, 2, 3 like that, which has now happened. That's X. Okay, let's just go to the 1 hour. We're still looking for all those pulsing moves on the 1 hour on all the yen pairs. As I've shown, all the yen pairs have got 5 wave moves to the upside, and now they're busy with corrections. Okay, let's switch this off, make it a bit clean. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, clean. A, and now we're looking for a B. We're gonna be looking for that. Okay, but it depends on the kind of structure that you're gonna find from B. But right now you're getting a correction or one more up on these corrections. Very easy. I'm not gonna do New Zealand first because CAD has got a slightly different structure. So New Zealand, as you can see, also a 3-wave structure, 5-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're doing this 1, 2, 3. So New Zealand does not have an ABC structure, it's got a W, or depending on whether it's going to be a single flat, then for now we're just going to look at it as a 3 waves, and 3 waves here. Okay, so all the yen pairs have got this structure. We want to build this correction here. But even if we're in a correction, we can still trade the short moves to the upside. Okay, now I know this one looks like it's going down, doesn't mean anything if the candle looks down. What means any something is when you've got a full cycle, like a pulse and a correction, then you've got a cycle. So we'll see if we're gonna get one more up here. Okay, that's New Zealand. And lastly, on the yen pairs, we look at CAD. CAD also reversed on the blue box. The blue box playing out like this. So we've got this one here, another correction that looks pulsing, 3 waves over there. So this one is did not make the 5 waves like the other pairs. So there's 2 ways to look at this thing. You can look at this as a pulse and a down, and then another a 3 wave up, down, and a 3 wave out, and a 3 wave up. So now you'll be looking for something like this maybe. Similar structure, similar correction as the moves that have made the 5 waves. But here on this side, this may not be these 3 waves may be something like this here. Maybe a pulse here and a running flat in the middle that looks something like that. 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay. Right, so that's the structure that we'll be looking at. So this correlates with all the moves that we're looking at. We've got pulsing moves to the upside, so we need to complete possible Bs on all of them. Okay, that's what we're looking at on this one. That is CAD, slightly different from the rest. Let's go to the pound pairs. Pound chief. Pound chief on the blue box here. So this blue box is not just something that you do with a blanket approach. It depends on the structure that you're looking at. So here, this is the only one that has not reached. It actually has not reached. Of all the pound pairs, this one has not reached the blue box. Okay, but that's okay. No worries. Let's clear all that. This is 1, 2, 3 up. Looks like another 1, 2, 3 back here. Okay, we just need to watch if this is going to give us another one like that. I must do that in yellow. Show the degree right. 1 there. And another one. Then it will reach the blue box with that structure like that. So we need to see if this is going to be a corrective structure. Okay, if it does and it comes here, then we're going to be looking for that move to the upside. Okay, so that's pound chief. Pound CAD. As usual, I will look at pound CAD and pound Audi at the same time. So let's look at both at the same time. So left hand side, pound CAD, right hand side, pound Audi. Daily on both. Let's go daily on both. and switch off here. Okay, so this is what I've been showing for a while now, and it's playing out to the pip. Playing out to the pip. So we have a pulsing move from swing high to this swing low here. We got a pulsing move from swing high to this swing low here. But look what happens. Pound Audi has already made a 1, 2, 3 move up. Why is it not writing? 1, 2, 3 move up. This one was only making the 1, 2, 3 move up now. So because this one had already dropped here, that's why I was looking for this drop here. So you remember that for the last couple of weeks, while we were going on the up move here, we were buying here, looking for this to at least just take here and reverse. Takes and breaks, but we knew that when it breaks, it's making this zigzag. So now it has made a 1, 2, 3 down, and now we wanted to make a bigger correction there, which we have now got. Okay. Similarly here, am I looking at the same thing? So this is now pound CAD. It is copying this move. Right. So this is the move that I wanted on pound CAD. Let me make it clear so you can see it clearly. Remember, the move that we are busy building here on pound CAD is this one. It has made a 1, 2, 3 down. This one had made a 1, a 2, a 3 down, and it made a deeper one here. So it made a 1, 2, 3 down. So we were looking for this deeper one here, which we now have got. Okay, we've been tracking this step by step. This has already happened last year in October already. This move completed in October. This is happening now. So what will we be expecting? We'll be expecting for this to drop. How far will we want it to drop? This one dropped to the 78 of this one. This one we'll be expecting it to drop to the 78% of this one as well. So a drop from here will be all the way to 162. That's what we're going to be looking at on pound CAD. All right. So pound CAD, you are looking at this correction. I'm not going to go one single chart. I'm going to go 4 hour so you can see what we're looking at on that correction. I hope that is clear. We made a 3-wave move to the upside on pound CAD like that. Actually, let me go single chart. I think it's going to be a lot clearer. So this is pound CAD. You can see the structure that it made there. Let's see if I've got anything here. On the blue box, we made 1, 2, 3. Most pound pairs are now on this blue box. Now we made this move to the downside. All you want here is a corrective structure and take the trade to the downside. Okay, this level. Okay, so you need to get that corrective structure. That is unless it gives you, it opens with a gap down here, but you need to wait for corrective structure. You do not sell impulses or buy impulses. Okay, so it's a clean 1, 2, 3 move. Blue box, reversal, wait for this one here. One of the clearest trades for next week. Okay, that is pound CAD and pound Audi. Same on the blue box, you can see inflection in the group blue box, and now we are busy correcting. This correction, you need to take it back to this level. Okay. Timed entries in our group. Okay, when they confirm, we'll take them. All right. That is pound Audi, pound New Zealand. Pound New Zealand has not hit the blue box also, but you can see this is a 1, 2, 3, and this one ends like with some sort of an expanding triangle there. Okay, it looked a little bit weird. So this one, we've got a pulsing move down here. Let's see what it does, and then we're gonna look at it when it starts playing out. Actually, not a triangle here, not a triangle, because this looks like a 1. This looks like a 1, 2, 3 here, correction, and then a pulsing move to the upside. Okay, so it has actually made a 1, 2, 3. It's just that the third leg has not hit the blue box, but it's still acceptable as a zigzag according to the rules or guidelines. Okay, but we're looking for this to come back down. Okay, that is pound New Zealand. Is that all the pound pairs? I think that's all the pound pairs. Now we can do the euros. We start with the euro pound. So we do the last pound pair. Okay. The last one is euro pound. We start with euro pairs now. Then we're gonna start with this one here. Euro pound. Let's go daily. I show this structure every day because this one is been in a correction for some time now. We are still looking for this as a pulsing move down, and this one now correcting with this 1, 2, 3, which you now call W, and another 1, 2, 3, which we call X, and another 1, 2, 3, which is not confirmed. Let's do it with a different color. Let's just get that right. Use the right colors for the right degrees. 1, 2, 3. So we want it to at least tag this top here. Then it will be a proper WXY structure. Let's switch off here. Like that. Then you get a regular flat there. You've got a zigzag looking X there, and you've got another possible regular flat there, giving you WXY move. So the Y move has not happened yet. We still want this one in the lower degree. This is 1, 2, 3 up. We want this one here to break to this side and give us this one. Then it will be complete. Okay, for now, this one is a little bit messy. We need to find a clearer structure. As if we go to the 4 hour, let's see if there's a clearer structure in the 4 hour that's confirming direction. Not really, because this flag also is also too deep. We don't like deep flags. Normally they will just go. So leaving this one for now. EUROCHF. Similar to all the other euro pairs, we are looking for a 1, 2, 3, and back to that level. Okay, it's already corrected and broken out. If you get a correction here, if you get a clear correction here in the lower degree, you'll be fine. You'll be getting a trade similar to that one of AUD US dollar. Okay, wait for a clear correction here, and then you're gonna go up. If this flag forms and breaks, you will get this trade. You will get this trade to the upside. Only if, see, there's conditions. Clear correction on the 1 hour, you will get that trade. It's short, but it will be high probable if you get a corrective flag there. Okay, we'll be looking at that in the group when it confirms. That is Euro Swiss. Let's look at the rest of the Euro pairs. Euro New Zealand. So all the euros have been bouncing together with the pound pairs as well. So Euro New Zealand, I was looking for this one here. Remember, we were looking at this V pattern on all the euros and all the pound pairs. We were looking for those bounces. So those bounces that are now in these blue boxes here on the pound pairs, you remember we've been looking for those bounces. We expected them, but we know it's a downtrend, but we know that it needs to bounce. So we've now got a downtrend here. We've got the bounce, and now we're looking for this to correct and for us to go back down to that level. Okay, so we need to get confirmation there. Use your entry strategy to trade this. Why am I looking for this downside here on the euro? If we go to the daily, this is why we're looking for this one. Let's switch everything off there so you can make it clean. I'm simply looking for this structure. One, if you look at this correction here, that is the size of correction that I am looking for here. So if we now get this and we get a small correction here, that will confirm that we're going to get this move. So if we get that move, it's 1, 2, 3 down. It is 1, 2, 3 in B, and then another down. Simple correction, WXY. If you know what you're doing, you will get this move. Okay? That's what we're looking at. So you can see that you've got a pulsing move to the upside. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. What you're looking at here is the overall corrective structure, which is almost like an expanding flat like this. Expanding flat like that, similar to what you had in the other leg. So now we've got to move down. A correction here, you take this all the way down. That's Euro, New Zealand, EURUSD. EURUSD, same. We were looking similar to Euro US dollar. We're looking at this move as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see that we built this 1, 2, 3 that we were looking for. Now we're looking for a move to the downside. Okay, clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to get the fifth wave down. Let's see in the 1 hour degree if we're getting any confirmation of that direction. Okay. That flag. Look out for this flag. Okay. Look out for that flag. That's what we're going to be looking at in the week. That's EURUSD. Just remember, EURUSD, we're trading this big triangle here. Diagonal, not a triangle. It's a diagonal. It's a diagonal. It's a diagonal. So we're looking at this one here. So if we get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one in place, we're gonna wait for a deeper correction because this is a single pulsing move, needs to get a correction. Depends which one is gonna give us, whether we're gonna get a regular or an expanding, whichever one, we'll be waiting to trade it. Okay. That's that one. So wait for it to come down for wave 5. But be careful not to rush for it to go to wave 5. So you need to manage this trade because as much as this may go down here, okay, but I'm more inclined for it to go down. As much as this may go down here, may get this doing this first. But I'm not really expecting this up here because this looks like an expanding flat there. Okay, so that is EURUSD, EURCAD, one of my favorites. Lots of money here, lots of easy money here. You can see that we're already in the trade here on this one. I was actually upset because we did not take it here. We were a little bit late on this one. We took it after it had moved. And as soon as we took it, you can look at the spike. But that's why I say you must always, when you take a trade, you set it and forget it. Don't worry about this spike, okay? So this spike may have taken a lot of people out, but look what happens after that, okay? And here's another thing. So we missed it here. And exactly where we missed it, it gives you an entry again. Okay, obviously I did not take it again. I only took it late as well. I took it late here, so I was already in the trade. And in any case, with a spike like this, I would not have been selling here. Okay, I would not have been selling. But if I had sold here with my stop loss, I would still have put it where it is now currently. So the only thing that changes here is my risk to reward. So instead of getting it nice here, I'm getting it here. But I'm still in the trade and it's still going well. So to hop on this, you need to wait for a correction. Okay. That's EURCAD. Why are we looking at this EURCAD like this? If you remember the overall structure on EURCAD, big structure, which will be trading for months. Switch everything off there. You see, all these labelings can be very confusing. Some waivers want to confuse you with the detail. That's what they say, confuse them with the detail. But it's easier to understand simple things, right? So why would you want to complicated things? So we're looking at this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we're looking for this pulsing move to the downside. So this pulsing move to the downside does not go in a straight line. That's why we wanted this bounce on all the euros and all the pound pairs so that we can come down with this move, okay? So here, a break of this structure to the downside, we're carrying on with the move down, okay? That's why we already have that move to the downside. Some will call it a bearish engulfing candle. It's not about a bearish engulfing candle. It's because of the structure. Okay. That's EURCAD, EUROPOUND. We already did EUROCHF. We did. I think that's all the Euro pairs. We can look at, let's look at oil, US oil. So US oil, we had that drop from wave 3 there. I'm still anticipating one more up here. Okay, so we had a drop here. I think we're gonna start ending with a diagonal here. Oh yes, okay, thank you for that one. We'll do silver and gold. I don't know why I forgot silver and gold. Let's do US oil, and then we're gonna do silver and gold in Audi New Zealand as well. Thank you. All right. Okay, so I'll be looking for this. Let's go to the 4 hour. You'll see why I'm thinking that we're gonna have a diagonal there. You got a wave 5, and then you got a wave A here. You get a B here. Your C may end as a diagonal here. I'm not drawing cleanly. I need to make nice drawings. So a diagonal is a motive wave, but it's a slow motive wave. So I don't know if you want to trade this to the downside here. It will be a slow move. And that will be our C. And then we're going to look for it to go and retest the top there. Okay. Gold. Gold has got a very nice, interesting structure. Very nice, interesting structure on gold. Let me go 1 hour. All right. So let's take this off. This is the move I'm still expecting on gold. Let's take it off. It's in a big corrective structure. Let's fix this here. All right, so this is gold. It went, okay, we're starting with a move from right at the top here. And we've got this 1, 2, 3 wave up, clear 3 wave up that is giving us this WXY here. Okay, let's switch this off here. And after that 3 wave move, we've got this 1, 2, 3 wave pullback. Okay, so now we are looking for this one. I should have done this one in red. Let's get this one off here. I should have done this one in red here. 1, 2, 3. So now I am looking for the same size as this here for upside. 1. Actually starts there. 1, 2, and I'm looking for this one to give us this move here. We're already making a pulsing move. We've got a flag there. So I will be looking for this move. Okay. So this whole structure here looks like an expanding flat, right? So if after the expanding flat, you get a pulse and then a correction. So this will be it looks very nice and clean now, unlike this mess that it made here. But now you've got a clear pulse and a correction here. So if a break out of this flag will take it back to the 100% around that level. Okay, let's switch this on here. So that's where I'm looking at. I'm looking for that pulse correction and then back to that level. Okay, and then silver. Let's look at silver. Right, silver on the daily. Silver on the daily, I'm looking for it to give me a move to X there like that. So it should follow gold to the upside. But this one, the structure looks a little bit more complex, like it will do something like this: 1, 1, 2, 3 there, and another one, giving you this as a 3 wave pullback for 1 down. So that X may have completed here, and then a Y, and then an X. So this may be your inflation zone here. Okay. So for now, we're looking for it to continue with this move to the upside. That will be similar to that one of gold. Okay. Let's go lower time frame, see if there's anything clear there. Okay, I'm not going to take off these arrows for a reason. Okay, so this is one that I'm looking at. And if you look at this one here, we've got a pulse, we've got three-wave pullback. I'm expecting this pulse after the move up to come and give us this structure. And then this structure will be the one that looks like a pullback that will be making that 1, 2, 3 move. And then we'll be looking for downside. Okay, so that is silver. I think in this case, it is clearer and safer to trade gold than silver, because gold has got a clearer structure than silver. Okay, that is silver and gold. So now we can look at the indices. S&P 500. S&P 500, this is amazing. Look how it plays out. Even today, I still get surprised, and I never start getting surprised. Even if I know that this method is accurate, I'm still amazed. So we've been looking for it to break here for weeks. So you saw these arrows for a couple of weeks. Let me take them off now. We have now broken here. And this is why that stock that I showed you, the Sun Pharmaceutical, has also broken to the upside, because the indices are on an uptrend. So now the question is whether we have completed the correction or if we're still gonna get more down. So I'll be looking at this level. Somebody has raised a hand. I don't know if it was an error. If there is an issue, please type it on the chat box. Oh, sorry, Audi New Zealand. Sorry, Audi New Zealand. Thank you for that one. Okay, so Audi New Zealand. Let's do Audi New Zealand first before we do the indices. So Audi New Zealand. Remember, we have been on an uptrend on this one based on this harmonic pattern there. That harmonic pattern. We bought it here on the 78. Okay. Put it on the 78. It was giving us this nice V pattern there, right? So it made a 3-wave up. So I thought this 1, 2, 3 was enough for us to now continue with the move up, but it looks like it's going to make an even deeper one. Let's switch off the labeling. Let's look at what that correction looks like here now. So this correction can be a little bit complex. So two things: we correct here, we get a move here to the downside, only up to this level, giving us this 1, 2, 3, and then we carry on with the move to the upside. Okay, I'm still bullish on this one long term. Okay, unless this is now making a 1, 2, then we will change the direction. So this will be determined by whether this wave that we're looking at as AB will now be a 3 or a C. If it becomes AC, we'll know it will be at 100%. If it becomes a 3, this will be at the 1,618. Then this will be a 1, 2, 3 correction, and then we carry on with a move to the downside. So this is how we're gonna watch this one. A correction here, you'll take it to that level. Alternatively, that's why you're gonna need to wait during market open what you get here. If you start getting this here to this level, that is still a 1, that is still a 2, that will still be a 3. And that will be a corrective structure for further upside. So either way, you're gonna need to watch what happens, okay? So the longs from here, you can actually take them off because this correction may be quite deep at this stage. Okay, that's Euro New Zealand. All right, so now we can look at the indices and we look at S&P 500. Right, it's just amazing. So as I was saying, we've been looking for this to be broken for a while now. This was a clear 3-wave structure actually, expanding flat. 1, 2, 3 like that, and then we go up. So now we need to see if this is going to take this and reverse. Why will it reverse? Because then that will be a regular flat, and if it does that move, then we're looking at this as a 1. This regular flat as 1 move, and then 1 up. But if it does that, this move, it will be incomplete in terms of the sequence, because this is what we will look at. we'll look at this one, we'll look at this two, we'll look at this one. Only then will we look for this move to go to the upside. And why are we looking at this only as a correction? Because if you look at the higher time frame, I don't know if it will be clear on the daily, let's see. This is actually a wave 4 that we're currently building. Let's see if I've got my numbers on there. This is a wave 4 that we're looking at here, that we're currently building. Okay, you guys never see this structure because we just look at the last piece. So you've got the 1, 2, higher degree in blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, lower degree, and now we're building wave 4. Building this wave 4 here. So whether this is going to go like that, I'm not inclined for it to go like that. I expect this to tag here, come back for 1, come back for this one, making this 1, 2, 3, 1 down, and then we go. Okay, a structure that is more similar to this one. Okay, but a little bit bigger because this is now higher degree. This is 4 in blue. So that's why I don't expect it to go with only this correction. I expect a little bit more. Okay, so let's look at the rest. This is not supposed to be there. We look at the NASDAQ as well. So the NASDAQ has now reached the top that we want the S&P 500 to reach. So now if this starts correcting here, then that means this is all the correction that you wanted on the NASDAQ. This is your wave 4 on the NASDAQ if you switch on the labeling. That means that wave 4 in blue would have completed there. Okay, but I still wanted to do this similar to what we're looking at on the S&P 500. 1 down, up, down, and then we go. Simply giving you, if I switch this off, just to show you that this is not just lines. This structure that we're looking at here, it is this structure here. So this will be a whole wave 4 in blue before we get to the move up. But we'll see this one will lead us because it is already at that level. S&P 500 has not reached the top here. It still needs to go. Okay. And then the other indices like your UK 500 has been on a down move. But we spoke about this one. So remember what we had here? We had a 1, 2, 3 move down, and now this one was going. This one to retest the top there. We said after retesting the top, we're going to expect a move to the downside. So we had a bit of a drop. Let's see if we're going to get this move in the next week like that. Okay. A further drop. Let's see on the smaller time frame, the 4 hour, what it will look like for next week. We have a 3-wave move down. We have a 3-wave move down. Okay, it doesn't look like we're going to go down. So you've got 1, 2, 3 down. You've got a pulse. You're getting a correction here. So this will still be on the uptrend for the next week. Whether this will come down for 1 before it goes, we don't know that yet. But if it does this structure, if we get this structure, then it means the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, those moves, those corrective structures that we want to get 1 more down would have been complete, and we will not get those 1 more downs because we're going to get this correction for the start of the last wave in blue. Okay. All right. So that is UK 500, the Nikkei. The Nikkei, similar, we made a 1, 2, 3 down. Now it is coming to retest the top. Whether it's going to get 1 more down for another one to come and retest that top, we need to see that one. So we are bullish. It can even go straight just to go retest that top, because the rest of the indices will be bullish. It look like they will be bullish even in the next week. Okay, that is the Nikkei. DAX similar. So the DAX here has made a 3-wave move down. looks like it's going to make a 3-wave pull back to that level. So let's see if we're going to break this top, either come retest there, one more down before we go, and retest that top. It has not retested the top, same as the S&P 500. Okay, so that is the DAX. Now we look at the indices, the cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, we looked at that flag last week for it to come back down. Let's see the structure that we were looking at for it to go to that lower level there. Let's go daily. Okay, Bitcoin, we still want those. I showed you 2 alternatives last week. There's still 1, 2, 3. I do this structure every day. Let's see how it's going so far. We're in the correction. We've got 1, we've got 2 there. This one will be a different color. We've got 1 here to the upside, and now we're looking at this one as a 1, as a 2. We'll be looking for it to either retest here or retest the lower level. We've got this flag here, so you're gonna need to watch it. If you're selling this, watch this level, because this level can do this one here before it comes down. Okay, so there's 2 alternatives here, whether this will come and test here straight. This is the first one that you're looking at on the screen. Test here straight, and then we get the red up and then a down. Or this one gives you, let's see here, in green. This one, retest this one here first. Let's do this cleanly. 1, 2. If it retests and does this one first, it will still be the same. You will still get this one for this one. So we're still in a correction structure. We just need to see how this one will play out. And all that is still for downside, medium to long term for now. And that is Bitcoin, and the rest of the cryptocurrencies are following the same structure. Litecoin, similar. So Litecoin, that's the structure. It looks like an identical chart. It looks like I didn't open a new chart. So this one is already here, where we want Bitcoin to retest. So if it breaks here as well, or it can break or return for this one, giving you this 1, 2, 3 wave structure for one more, and then a down, similar to Bitcoin. Okay, Litecoin, Ethereum is behind the other cryptocurrencies. It is still making this move. So the others have already made this move here. They are on this move here. They are on this one. So this one, so the rest of the cryptocurrencies are here. As you've seen, Litecoin is already retesting this top. Bitcoin is just here. So this one is only here. So we would expect this one to go and complete the move that it needs to complete to the downside here. Then we'll expect a bounce. And then the overall structure for this, depending on which one it plays out, will be this one here to the downside. Okay, so this area here is critical for the cryptocurrencies. Okay, so this may be where we will be looking for a bounce up. And this is not the change, the overall change in direction. And this is not a support area. This is just where the structure is playing out at this stage. Okay, so that is Ethereum, Ripple, similar to Bitcoin and Litecoin. So Ripple is similar to Bitcoin and Litecoin, same 1, 2, 3 move. Now we've got 1, we've got this one. Is it going and retest here for 1 up before we come with a move to the downside? Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at on the cryptocurrencies and the market overall. Okay, thank you guys for attending. Hope you get some profitable trades in the week. Please like and subscribe on the channel, and do share the videos as well. It may help someone. Thank you for attending. Hope you all enjoyed it. Have a great week. Cheers. Bye-bye.